I was told he was ready.
I'm here.
There you go, Brad. Thanks for checking in. All right, Brad, there is lots to get to with the last couple of days, what's going on in Charlottesville. You worked for the FBI. You know and follow these groups around. A lot of people say that with what President Trump has said, because of what he said and how he said it, it emboldens some of these hate groups. How do you see it?
Well, I think there is some merit in that comment for him not to sort of denounce, the Ku Klux Klan, white supremacist groups, etc. on the front end, makes it sound like or feel like he's, doesn't have strong feelings about it or whatever it might be. But I think the issue is going to be, do they take statements like that and use them to sort of build on? The answer is yes. Now, his comments about that the other side was just as culpable. The problem in saying it that way is that where their alignment is not, is maybe more mainstream on some levels, but maybe not. But, they also have had their own issues with violence. Maybe less so at Charlottesville, but clearly in Berkeley, at UC Berkeley, there was a lot of fighting and destruction of property that was really done by folks that weren't part of the alt-right.
Yeah, and you're right, and people take these messages and these slogans, whether it's Black Lives Matter or whatever else, and sort of, use it, abuse it, and under the name of whatever. But there were violent clashes between the two of them. But as a president, I'm not so sure that's his role to sort of stick up for one side and call out the other side. That's not his role as president, right, in that situation.
No, I mean, his role is to be very supportive of people, and obviously their right to say or do whatever they want to do as long as it doesn't harm anybody. However, he is responsible, in my view, of how he parses his words. And no, he doesn't have to align himself with either one, but he definitely needs to denounce violence and denounce anyone, without maybe even labeling them, who want to suppress free speech, who want to suppress, have a racial angle, have a Jewish angle, whatever it might be. In other words, groups they don't like or don't want them in this country or involved in this country. I think he does need to speak out about that because, those folks are free to do whatever they would like to do that's lawful. So.
David Duke praised him and thanked him for his comments. Certainly, as a president, you don't want to be on the side of David Duke thanking you. Does these racist groups, KKK and whatever else, are they going to use President Trump's words as a recruiting tool?
I think there's no question about it. I mean, there's been concern all along that some of his base are obviously from those groups, and will they take and use and twist what he says to fit their needs? Sure. My guess is he'll end up in recruiting videos.
More of this going forward, do you think?
McGraw, I just don't see it just slowing down. I mean, we're sort of on a fast train. Hopefully, we won't end up like we did in the mid-'60s to the early '70s, where we had 750 riots across the country, that injured a lot of people and killed a number of people. So I don't. The answer to your question, I don't see it slowing down.
Yeah. Interesting thing about the '60s and the '70s, that was, I guess, much more of the left-leaning fringe groups in the '60s and '70s than you see today.
Well, correct. Although I do see the left picking up speed, and there is, as I mentioned to you earlier, there is a component of them they go to disrupt. I mean, they did it around the inauguration here in D.C., where they set cars on fire, they broke into places trying to get attention, because some believe that you've got to do physical stuff to actually get attention. That doesn't actually historically play out very well, but that's what they think.
Yeah. Brad Garrett, ABC News crime and terrorism analyst. Thanks for your insights, Brad. Have a good day.